We need breakfast. This is definitely a different start to the video than what we normally do.
Hi, welcome to Banana. Can I help you?
Hi, do you have cinnamon crunch bagels?
Yeah.
Can I please have one cut and toasted with cream cheese?
Okay, go ahead and pull up.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Can I please get a grande iced caramel latte with light ice, extra caramel, and then 6 pumps of syrup? So my bagel is very tempting right now.
Hi.
And then can I get a straw, please?
Absolutely. Here we go.
Awesome, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Okay, so besties, look at this coffee. It looks great. Where did my straw just go? Where did my straw just go? Okay, that's actually annoying. Hang on. Fell in between me and the seat, or in between my seat and my center console. So you may be wondering, Meg, what the heck are you doing? And for those of you who are new, hi besties, what's up? My name is Meg. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is not my normal setup. We are indeed inside my car. If you couldn't tell, we are going to be eating breakfast. Before we go any further, this is indeed a reading vlog. It may not look like it as of right now, but it is indeed a reading vlog. And down the wrong way. For those of you who know, I read Salem's Lot in this video, and then I also read Insomnia by Stephen King in this video. Now here's the thing, when I did a TikTok review on both Salem's Lot and Insomnia, I did not realize that there was a Stephen King universe. What does this mean for us? It means indeed that we are going in his backlist. We are going to be reading 2 books. In this reading vlog, we are going to be reading Carrie and The Shining. Now, here's the next thing you may be wondering. Meg, why are you in your car? I have crippling social anxiety. I have such bad anxiety. I hate being out in public, but this video is us, what I'm calling this series to be reading in the wild. I will meet you at our library. Okay, so we are at the library. I'm very nervous. This is very weird for me. We are going to be starting off with Carrie. Let's get to reading. We are only 12 pages into Carrie, and we have already found out that she is a telekinetic, and from what it sounds like is that she is wildly bullied to an extreme. For example, that just happened in the book is she's showering at their school shower and she gets her menstrual cycle and all the girls are yelling period, 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 and throwing tampons and pads and everything at her. It's talking a lot of how she's very humiliated at this school, or just in general. I kind of get the whole point is that it's kind of to show she's an outsider. She's possibly even just a standard victim of bullying. That's what we have so far. People have also been looking at me, and I have been trying to avoid all eye contact with everybody. We are definitely out of our comfort zone here. Very difficult, but she's kind of abusive, not gonna lie. Like, she's hitting Carrie. So, like, that's awful. That's just mean. I don't like Carrie's mom. Carrie's mom, like, believes that, like, Baptists were, like, celebrating the Antichrist. And it's like, bro, what? This book just is very weird. We're 67 pages of the way in the book. Also, I feel really bad that I'm doing, like, almost ASMR type narration, but I don't want to be too loud because I don't want to cause a scene or whatever, and I don't want people to look at me. People have been coming and looking, but, like, we've avoided all eye contact. Like, if someone comes and looks, we just immediately stare at our book. Like, we make sure that we don't make eye contact. Okay, so we made it, and we got just about 100 pages into Carrie. I was going to update you, but some older man was sitting directly across from me as I'm filming, and I really did not want to go through that social anxiety point, so I just kind of showed the camera exactly where I was at in the book. Something that does kind of bother me about this Stephen King book in particular is that there is no chapters. It's just a constant back and forth switch of you in the story and then some article or something written about Carrie and her telekinetic powers. And I can kind of see where the story is going. Granted, like, I want to say that I know what's going to happen, so I don't know why I feel like I know what's going to happen. I will see you tomorrow. Hi, hello, besties. So today we're back at a library. We're not at the library we were at yesterday. Here's once again day 2 of reading in the wild. Yesterday we left off on page 95 of Carrie by Stephen King. I found a corner. However, this corner is almost directly by the stairs to come up, which is kind of annoying. I dislike it very, very much. We are going to continue on with Carrie today. I want to see if I can try and possibly finish it. Like, honestly, that would be really, really nice if I could finish Carrie today. So I think we're going to get right on into reading. So let's get into it. Okay, so what's weird about this book is the relationship between Carrie and her mom. I found a line in here that says, "I just want you to understand that things are going to change around here, Mama." Her eyes gleamed. They better understand it too. I want to know who they are because I'm very confused at who they are. Like, excuse me, who's they? Who is they? Her mom is very mean to Carrie, and I really dislike that. I definitely believe that Carrie deserves better than what her mother is giving her. We are what I would, maybe we're not halfway, we're a little bit less than halfway right now. We're gonna do the math. We have 183 pages left for us to go. Honestly, I feel like we can do this. I feel like we can finish this book. Honestly, I might come back to this library tomorrow because I don't feel as self-conscious. So I think this is the library that we'll come to anytime we want to do public reading. I'm gonna keep reading and I will update you as soon as I can. Okay, so literally like not even a minute has passed by and I just found a line that's kind of like, oh my gosh. It says, "Upstairs, Mama continued to whisper. It was not the Lord's Prayer. It was the prayer of exorcism from Deuteronomy." Bro, her mom thinks she's possessed. That's interesting. It's really, really interesting, don't you think? I'm gonna keep reading. So we are now on page 193. We have 112 pages left for us to go. We've been getting so much reading done. We're almost done with the book, as you can see. So much is happening. Okay, so I think this will be our last update before I rate the book. We have 74 pages left for us to go. I'm not sure as of right now where I stand on the rating of the book. It's a really quick and easy read. Granted, the format plot structure is kind of confusing for how the book is. There's no like set chapters or anything, and that's a little confusing to me, honestly. I'm not enjoying that. I'm gonna finish this book and then I will tell you my ending thoughts. We finished Carrie by Stephen King. I didn't like the format of the book and how things were, I don't want to say phrased because that's not the right word, but the way that things were written out. I thought that it was very odd. Like, I'm used to Stephen King's writing being written one way, not another. This literally had no chapters whatsoever. Like, it was just one long book that was split up into different things, and honestly, I really disliked that about this book. So I was originally going to give this book a 3-star. However, the way that I felt about the formatting of the book, I think I'm going to give this a 2.75 star. I wish that it focused more on Carrie's power and how she developed it. I wish that we got a little bit more examples of how she was bullied. Like, I really didn't get too many other than what happens at their prom and then what happens at the very beginning of the book. Would I recommend this book? I'm gonna say maybe. It could be a great read for somebody, but for me, this just kind of fell flat. I was expecting to like it a little bit more now because I do indeed like Stephen King's writing, but this one fell flat for me. And I think that I should just give it a little bit of grace because it was indeed his first published work. We have officially completed the first and second book of Stephen King's Backlist. We are back at the public library in my town. We got our coffee because we're trying to steer away from energy drinks, so that's lovely. We are going to be tackling The Shining today. How long am I planning to stay at the library? We don't know. We literally do not know. We are very excited to read The Shining. It's really nerve-wracking filming in public. Once again, this is something that I don't typically do. Let's get right into reading. I'm not quite sure what is going on as far as like Danny in this book. Things are definitely happening. We're that far into the book and we're on page 44, and so far we are really liking it. Almost done with our Starbucks. We are so far enjoying the book. It's a tad bit confusing, I guess. So I think Danny has some sort of power that essentially he can communicate with spirits, but I'm unsure. He's talking about this guy that he sees named Tony. So I guess Jack has a little bit of a drinking problem and he's at the hotel and it said that he wanted a drink, which he said he has not had a drink in over 14 months. And then also that Jack has a little bit of anger management issues, I would say. I found a quote that is kind of crazy, and it says, "It was the place he had seen in the midst of the blizzard, the dark and booming place where some hideously familiar figure sought him, down long corridors carpeted with jungle, place Tony had warned him against. It was here. It was here. Whatever Red Rum was, it was here." And I'm like, oh my gosh, Red Rum? What? But so far we are enjoying it. We are on chapter 9, page 91. We're that far into the book and I'm having a blast. We read a chapter called The Shining and it kind of explained a little bit more about like what Shining actually is. They explained it essentially like someone who can see visions of things that's going to happen or things that have happened, and I don't know how to go about it, but I think that the book definitely explains like the reasoning as to why it's called The Shining a lot better than the movie did from what I remember of the movie, however long ago that was that I watched it. We are that far of the way through the book. We are now currently that far into the book. Not gonna lie, filming in public makes me really anxious and really nervous. Okay, so we are back at the library. Today is a Sunday. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking because there's a little bit more people. Trying to do this is going to definitely be difficult for my social anxiety. But anyways, we are on page 244, chapter 19. So we are that far through the book. We have 415 pages left for us to go in the book. So we are getting really super excited. So far, what do I think of The Shining? I am loving it. The Shining gives a lot more context to it than the movie does. I definitely feel like the movie is bad now that I'm reading the book, because a good majority of things that are happening in the book The Shining are things that are going through as far as like in somebody's mind. There's a lot of people here today. We're pushing through our fear. We are about halfway through The Shining. We got to the infamous part in the movie about room 217. That's kind of where we're at. We just made it to part 4. We have made such good progress. I think we've probably read about like 150 pages or so in the last 2 hours, I want to say. I want to say that we read about maybe a little less than, but we have 3 more hours before the library closes, so we're gonna try and get through as much of this book as we can before the library closes, because I would like to be able to say that tomorrow is our last day reading this book. This video is pushing me in not only my social anxiety, because I am avoiding all eye contact with other humans as I talk to a camera. I am also out of my comfort zone reading horror books. But once again, these books aren't really scaring me. Carrie wasn't that scary. I didn't really care for Carrie all too much, but The Shining I'm enjoying a lot. I think that it's a classic for a reason. I could see why it would be scary to some, but I truly don't feel scared. I feel very much more so like, that's kind of unsettling. I'm gonna keep reading. Right now we are on page 325, chapter 26, called Dreamland. We are far through the book. We are on page 403, 256 pages left for us to go. So far, I'm really enjoying this book. It's nothing that's really scaring me. So once again, I really feel as though I cannot be scared by horror. There are people staring at me from that way. I really dislike it. I feel so awkward talking to a camera. It makes me very self-conscious. I'm very, very self-conscious right now. Okay, so we only have like a half an hour or so left of the library being open because it closes at 5 and it's currently 4:29. We made it that far into the book. We are officially...
Your attention, the library will be closing in 30 minutes. Please make your final selections at this time. Also, if you need to make arrangements for a ride home, please do so now. Thank you.
So I think it's a good stopping point of where I'm at because I made it to part 5, I believe. And we only have 202 pages left to go. So I think that we will stop for today and we'll go home. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay, hi, hello. So it is the next day. I would go right away into the library. However, I do have a virtual doctor's appointment here at 10 o'clock. So what we are going to do is we are going to start reading reading The Shining, maybe read a few chapters. I am very, very confident that we can finish this book today. I am actually so excited. I'm loving the writing. I am loving the characters. I've grown very, very attached to Danny. I feel like his character is very highly underestimated. I definitely think that his character should be given more credit than what it is. I'm so excited that today is actually the last day that we are doing Reading in the Wild, at least for this video. I don't know if this is a series that I may or may not continue. Who knows? Let's get to reading. We have 178 pages left to go. I strongly think that we can finish this book today. Let's get to reading. Oh my gosh. So I just figured out, like, in the movie, they have the two twin girls. I think I figured out who they are, even though the movie never really tells you who exactly they are. I think I figured it out who they are in the book, and I haven't even come across them yet because I know how the movie went. I don't know. I am loving The Shining so much more than I loved the movie. The movie literally gives no context whatsoever. And to me, that's kind of like really messed up. I really don't think that they should have made The Shining into a movie because a good majority of what the book is all mental. So it's like, how would they come across doing that in a movie form? Or a good majority of the stuff is said through like a mental capacity. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to reading. We officially have 100 pages left to go. We are that far into the book, and my oh my, am I enjoying this book. It's so much better than the movie. So much better than the movie. This book is something else. It's truly a work of art. We love it. I do just know that I enjoy it a lot. So I have a feeling that it's going to be a higher rating. There's so many people that keep looking at me and I'm like, oh my God, just leave me alone. We indeed finished The Shining by Stephen King. We can now officially cross off that we have read the first 3 books of Stephen King's backlist. What did I think of this book? I thought that this book was fantastic. I definitely believe that the book is 1,000 times better than the movie in all ways, shape, and form. The book did it 1,000 times better. In the end, I didn't feel like this book was a total 5-star, but I did indeed give it 4.5 stars. I loved Danny. I loved the mom. I loved the plot twist. I loved everything about this book. I just felt like it wasn't a 5-star book, but it definitely was higher than a 4. So that's why we settled on a 4.5. I had so much fun reading both Carrie and The Shining by Stephen King. I'm so happy that I got to read these books. I'm gonna say this back from when I made this video right here, that I definitely think that Stephen King is a favorite author of mine. And once again, The Shining, categorized as horror, didn't scare me. Are we just unscarable? Like, is that possibly a thing for us? Anyways, that's what we gotta continue to find out. Maybe every month we have at least 1 or 2 books that we read that are of Stephen King's, so that way we can slowly make our way down his list. I hope you did enjoy our video of us reading in the wild. This was definitely something that pushed me in a social aspect. This made me very uncomfortable to film because I'm not one who likes to go out in public very often. Like, I love the comfort of my room. I love reading in my room. Reading in the comfort of my own home is just so much better for me. But I had this idea of doing this video, and I am so thankful and happy that I did. It pushed me to continue to make wonderful reading vlog videos. But if this is a video you would like to see from me again, that like maybe we do a part 2 to this and I go somewhere else other than libraries, comment down below, like the video, and I'd be more than happy to sacrifice my social anxiety and push myself to do another one of these reading in the wilds. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Do all of the YouTube things you know how to do, and I will see you in a bit. Bye!